A Russian cross-border payment network is using crypto rails to keep imports moving despite Western sanctions. The pressure point is a payment chain that can move rubles through intermediaries, crypto exchanges, and third-country firms before sellers receive local currency. For viewers tracking Russia circumvents foreign, the useful read is the pressure point, not a broad market mood. The confirmed headline centers on A7 and 2 billion daily, while the first practical question is what it changes for banks. The second number to keep nearby is 100 billion because it shows the scale or timing that makes this story more than a label. That keeps the opening simple. The event is real, the consequence is specific, and the next step depends on the evidence that follows. The described system includes Russian buyers depositing rubles, transfers through sanctioned bank-linked channels, crypto purchases in Kyrgyzstan, and conversion by affiliated firms abroad. The network is tied to cross-border trade payments. Third-country firms convert coins for sellers. This context matters because the story is not floating on rumor alone. It has a clear status, a known actor, and a measurable anchor. The second confirmed piece is how the event connects to PSB and exporters, which narrows the story from general crypto noise to a concrete market or user effect. The card-level baseline uses 20 shell firms as the supporting signal, but the script treats that number only as far as the evidence allows. Nothing in this baseline should be stretched beyond the stated facts. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Crypto functions as the bridge between restricted ruble payments and foreign sellers, while shell firms and non-Russian intermediaries help obscure origin and destination. In plain English, crypto bridges restricted rubles to local currency. Shell companies make the payment trail harder to read. That mechanism is why Russia circumvents foreign is more than a headline. It tells viewers where the pressure travels, through access, liquidity, policy, user trust, custody, or settlement depending on the story. The mechanism also explains why sanctions rail and stablecoin route matter more than a broad price reaction. If A7A5 changes position or if sanctions list appears, the mechanism gets a clearer stress test. Sanctions teams, banks, exporters, and stablecoin issuers face higher monitoring risk because settlement can happen outside normal correspondent banking routes. Banks must screen flows beyond normal wires. Exporters risk touching sanctioned settlement routes. The affected side is therefore not every crypto holder in the same way. It is the group closest to A7, the product or market connected to PSB, and the users who must act on the changed condition. For banks, the practical concern is tied to 2 billion daily. For exporters, the pressure usually appears through access, cost, timing, or confidence. That is why the practical consequence matters more than a generic bullish or bearish label. The allegations outline a broad network, but every beneficiary and transaction path is not confirmed. The unresolved issue is how enforcement follows the shell company web. Not every final beneficiary is publicly confirmed. New sanctions would map enforcement priorities. This scene is the guardrail against turning an incomplete story into a prediction. The confirmed part is the event and the supporting facts. The unresolved part is the follow-through, whether the response, approval, recovery, liquidity, policy step, or user behavior actually appears. The open item is best summarized as shell links, and it should stay separate from sanctions list until a fresh confirmation point appears. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. The next signal is whether additional sanctions hit payment agents, exchanges, stablecoin structures, or foreign intermediaries tied to the network. Monitor agents and exchanges. The next listings show where pressure lands. For Russia circumvents foreign, the clean close is to track the signal that can change the story rather than guessing the final outcome. The path from rubles to seller is the simplest way to follow the next phase without adding unsupported claims. If that signal arrives, the market or user effect becomes easier to judge. If it does not, the story remains constrained by the current confirmed evidence.